Hey, what's going on? It's Rakeem Addison here, and in this video, I'm going to be giving you the attraction marketing formula so that you can become the attractor factor and become the hunted. Because no one wants to chase people down in the stores, Walmart, Kmart, doing, business plans on the back of a napkin at Starbucks. I know you're sick and tired of that. So what I want to do is I want to give you a step-by-step formula so that you can become the attractor factor, right? People can see you as that authority that you want to become. So what I'm going to do here in a second is I'm going to go here, right here behind me to my house, and I'm going to hop on a computer and I'm going to take you step by step. But before I do that, I'm going to give you a little brief, story about who I am and why I'm doing this. So with that, I'm going to hop over to the computer and I'll see you on the inside, my friend. Alright guys, so as I promised, I'm going to give you a little brief story about myself first and foremost, and then I'm going to transition into the actual training, which I really think that you're going to get value from. So, what I want you to do right now is I want you to limit the distractions at this time. So if you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, if you're on your phone, right, if you got your little kids running around, which I know they do because I love my two as well. I just want you to limit the distractions, right? Because I really feel that you're going to get value from this video. And and another thing is just stick around to the end, and I'm going to have a bonus for you where you can actually lock arms with me, and so you can get a little bit more advanced training. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started and quickly go through my story. All right, so first things first is I joined the U.S. Army, right? That was what I did. So I went to college for about 2 years or so, and then I made a decision that I wanted something more, right? I wanted something more consistent when it came to pay. So I decided to join the Army, and long story short, I eventually hit a plateau, right? And it actually happened pretty quickly. I was making a good amount of money, at least I thought at that time, because I was making more than I was making. But then, things changed because I, eventually ended up, creating a family, right? I have a wife and 2 kids. So what happened is, your money really cuts in half. So, long story short, I'll kind of speed it up a little bit, is I realized that real quickly that working 2 jobs was just not going to do it for me, right? That would not benefit me in the long run, right? So basically, essentially what it was I was in the Army and I was working another job. So I would literally wake up at 5 in the morning and wouldn't get back home till about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, which you can imagine is pretty stressful, right? So, leading into what I do now is, yes, I'm still in the Army, but what I do is I market online. So I ended up joining the internet marketing industry, and turned out that it was just, I struggled big time in the beginning when I first got started, right? Because I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have somebody to really guide me that actually had enough time. So for a while I struggled, right? I struggled big time, and honestly, I started with about $150 in my bank account. Now, why do I state that? Is because you don't need a ridiculous amount of money to get started in this industry, right? It's something that, some people think that, it's going to cost them an arm and a leg because they're used to the brick and mortar side of business, which costs you, tons of money plus overhead, right? There's different things that you have to think about in the internet marketing industry, right? It doesn't take that much money. And then, for a while, at least my first 90 days, I thought about quitting many times. Believe me, I thought about quitting time and time again, right? Sitting at the computer, teary-eyed, like I just thought about this so many times. And honestly, like, I really was on the verge of quitting. And then I've spent over $18,000 to learn this information that I want to be teaching you. Now, a good amount of that money came from not having a mentor and just spending ridiculously, right? I was spending on ads. Like I had a lottery ticket mentality. I thought, hey, if I put $1,000 here, if I put $500 here, I'm gonna just rack in sales. Well, you can't have that mindset in this industry, and I learned that very fast. As you can see, I spent over $18,000 to learn this. And that's a picture of me right there. This was me. I was actually with my family at a small amusement park. And then who am I? Who is Rakeem Addison? Well, I'm 25 years old. I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida, born and raised for the most part, right? And I currently reside in Sierra Vista, Arizona, with my wife and my 2 kids. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm also an online marketing coach. I teach people, how to make money online as well. And last but not least, I just love spending time with my family, right? That's what I enjoy doing. If there's not anything else to do, I would rather do that than anything, right? Than anything that I want to be doing. And like I said, I was gonna make this quick for you, right? Just give you a quick, synopsis of who I am, why I do this. Now, if you're gonna see why I do this, what's my why? Why I do this? As you can see, here's my family right here. We were at SeaWorld, just enjoying some time. Once again, that goes back to, spending time with my family. That's why I do this. That's why I joined the internet marketing industry. And, I just have a certain amount of passion for it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and transition over to the training portion of this because, like I said, I took a little bit of your time, but I want to give you some valuable training. So I want to talk about what mistakes that you might be having right now, right? So we're going to transition. All right, so what's your biggest mistakes? Well, there's 4 different things, right? So the first one is friends, right? The next one is family, and then random people on social media. Right now, why am I talking about all these different things? So when you get started in the industry, the first thing that they tell you to do is to go create a list of 100 people that and then go out there and just try to talk them to death. Go meet them at Starbucks and meet them, just trick them into doing something so you can pitch your business to them. That's what they teach you when you first come in the industry. And that's what most people do. And this is why most people fail, because most people aren't as charismatic as others, right? So for some people, this may work. They can sponsor a bunch of different people by just talking to random people, family and friends, right? But most people hate rejection. That's a pain point of the industry. Now, another thing besides those is, most times when people are trying to, they're talking to these leads, they're sending leads to a company website, right? So that's actually a big no-no. So for example, if you send someone to a company website, what happens usually is that company website is full of a bunch of different information, right? And I'm going to talk about how that actually hurts you. All right, so how does this hurt you? Well, first and foremost, it's not personal, right? It's not personal because let's say you are talking to somebody randomly on social media, right? You're talking to them and, they have a little interest, so you send them your company website. What's going to happen is it's not going to be personal to them, right? There's no personal connection, because one thing that you want to keep in mind is going to lead into what I'm talking about, or what I'm going to be talking about next is, branding yourself. So what does that mean? Well, essentially, I'll go ahead and put it up, is doesn't brand you. Those two kind of correlate with each other in the sense that people join people, they don't join businesses. So someone has to connect with you before they're actually going to join a business. So keep that in mind. All right, the next thing is there's no way to capture leads. So on most of the company website pages, they have things like calendars, upcoming events, like different things like that. All these different things that can confuse someone who's new to the industry. And in that way, you have no way to really capture leads. And if there is an opt-in page on that company website, which is not very common, but if there is, that means that the company is going to generate those leads, right? The company. So if something, by God, by God, if something happens to the company, that company is going to keep that lead, and you're not going to be able to follow up with them, on a consistent basis or build any relationships, right? And then the next thing is, like I said, it's too much information and flat out overwhelming, right? It's overwhelming, especially for a new person who's just coming to a company website page, and they don't really know what's going on already, and you're throwing all this information in their face, right? And another real quick statistic is literally over 90% of people that go to the company website pages, they leave in less than 60 seconds. This is a proven fact. In less than 60 seconds, they leave that page. All right, so what I want to do is I want to provide you the solution to all of this, right? So if you don't understand this right now, I'm going to break this down to you, the actual solution. So before you get leads, you have to create traffic, right? And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to give you an offer where you can actually, learn to how to generate leads for yourself, so you don't always have to, put out money to do so. All right, so you have to generate traffic, which is going to turn into leads. Now what's happening is when you're generating the traffic, they're going to come to a capture page. Now the sole purpose for a capture page is to capture emails, name, phone, or whatever information that you're trying to capture from the potential prospect. And then what it also does is it gives a short version of the business. So like a 30-second commercial or something like that, right? Something that just kind of, it's like the trailer before the movie. When you're watching the movie, when you see an advertisement for a movie and they're giving you the best part, so it's kind of hyping you up a little bit, and it's kind of intriguing you to want to know or actually go and see the movie, right? So it builds that curiosity, which essentially is attraction marketing. It's attracting you to want to see what's on the inside, right? So that's the capture page. Now once they go through the capture page, whatever it was that was on the capture page, they're looking to see that, right? So that will be in the value, right? That will be in the value portion of your funnel. So they get to the value page. Now the sole purpose for this page is it helps to solve a pain point and offers that solution as well. Now you can do this a couple different ways. You can do it either with a video series, a PDF, an ebook, or a boot camp, right? There's a bunch of different ways that you could do this, but the key is to solve that pain point and offer a solution. Now, if you do this correctly, you're going to see a whole lot more conversions, within your funnel. Now, from there, from the value portion, you can kind of put these two together in a way. So let's say you bring them to your capture page, and then on the value page, you give them value, but then you end with with a low entry barrier product, right? So something that's going to be a little bit related to your primary product, but something that's sort of like a mentoring session, right? So like a lower entry barrier, which goes into the product section here. So what does that do when you provide value for somebody that comes to your funnel? You've kind of built up that trust for them. Okay, they see that this person just helped me do something. Now, especially if they actually take the information that you gave them and go out and implement it and get results, that's going to strengthen that commitment. That commitment and trust as well. All right, guys, real quick. Now, if you're really enjoying this and you're getting a bunch of value, right, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe to my channel so that way you can continue to get content just like this if you're not already subscribed. So just want to hop in real fast, but I'll let you get back to the value. All right. Obviously, duplication and having your teammates get results as well, but when you strengthen the commitment and build that real rapport and trust, people upgrade without even telling you, and I'm not kidding you here. All right, so I pretty much took you through the solution of generating leads, converting sales, I pretty much took you through that entire process. Now I wanna do a what if right here, right? So let's say you didn't have a capture page, which is like most company websites. How would you be able to follow up with email, phone, or whatever, all the information that you may ask for on the actual capture page? It's just not possible. So if you're sending people to company website pages, you're gonna need a better method, right? I would really recommend that you actually use a capture page and capture the leads, because your list is your most important asset in your business. All right, so that was the solution. Now you're probably asking yourself, how would I be able to do this, right? How would you, how like, and how am I doing it, right? So how am I getting the capture pages, creating the sales funnels, being able to create value such as PDFs and getting access to those and free video trainings? And then how do I know which autoresponder is the best to actually follow up with, your potential prospects or customers? And then as well as like buying leads, right? How do I know the best sources, like the PPC, the Facebook ads, the solo ads? Where am I getting this training from, right? And then the next thing is free lead generation, right? Like, where am I getting my strategies from? How am I learning these things and applying them into my business and getting certain results? Like, how am I doing it? And then another thing is, in this industry, you're going to need a mentor to guide you, right? And I'll probably say it over and over and over again, is you're going to need a mentor to guide you along the way, right? I once used this analogy as, you're walking in the woods and you have a mentor and he's supposed to guide you, right? He's the survival master, right? He knows everything about the woods, and you're walking through the woods. He knows the booby traps, right? He knows which way to go and which way not to go, right? You need that person that's going to show you what works and what doesn't work, right? That's how you succeed in this industry. But I want to tell you something real fast. All of these things that you see right here, so the capture pages, sales funnels, value, and everything you see here will cost you between $400 and $500 per month, right? But what I want to do for you, because you're probably asking, would I have to actually spend that much? Well, I'm here to tell you, not at all, right? You're not going to spend that. What I want to tell you is, I'm going to teach you how to do all of this for only $37, right? Just $37. Can you believe it? Right? So you're probably asking, okay, there must be a catch. There must be a catch somewhere. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's far from a get rich quick scheme, right? It's not for the lazy. It's not for the lazy at all. So if you think you're just going to twiddle your fingers and you're just going to pop $1,000 here or pop $500 here, it's not going to work. So it's not for you if you're lazy, right? You have to be willing to put the work in, right? You have to put in work. There's, I don't know how to explain it any more than that. You just have to work hard, like seriously work your face off to get results, or it's just not going to happen for you. And the last thing is, you have to be willing to be coachable, willing to learn, right? Willing to do and actually apply the actions that were taught. Apply the strategies that were taught to you. I'll give you an example. It's like someone that just gets on a webinar and doesn't take action on anything that they learn, right? They just came there and said, oh, this is cool, man, this is cool. But they never take action, right? The only way that you're gonna get results in your business is you have to take action, right? So I want you to keep this in mind. Keep this in mind that there's a 30-day money back guarantee, 100% guaranteed. So if in 30 days you're not satisfied, or you're feeling like, oh, Rakeem, you just wasted my time, I don't know why I joined, then that's fine as well, right? There's no obligations, there's no contract. You can always just cancel your account and move on with life, right? So there's no issues there. Now, what does OSP actually offer, right? So I'm going to take you through what you're actually going to get access to, and then I'll transition from there. So what does OSP offer? Well, thousands of dollars of free training so you can generate more leads, bring in more reps, and make more money in your business. It's that simple. Now, first thing is the custom page builder, right? So not only do you get unlimited landing pages and templates, but you're able to actually build out your own funnels, right? So this is pretty powerful. So this way you can kind of brand yourself a little bit, right? So and keep in mind that's very important, branding. Secondly, the training bot, right? So the latest lead generation features. So it's not old training that was back in 1984, right? It's not old training. It's up to date, social media strategies, right? All these newer based, lead generation features, right? And then on top of that, you get the hours of video and audio from the top leaders in the country. And I'll talk about this in a minute. Is the daily calls, right? Now, the next thing would be the database for your leads. So a lead management center to follow up with your prospects and organize your contacts. So what is that? What they have is they have a mobile app. So what happens when you generate a lead, you're going to get a cha-ching sound, right? So you're going to get a cha-ching sound for your leads, and you're also going to get a cha-ching sound when you make a sale, which is pretty powerful because it's real-time leads. So it doesn't matter what business you're in. It's internet marketing, network marketing, real estate. You're selling cars, you're selling t-shirts, right? It doesn't matter what you're doing, but the power in real-time leads, like I said, that it's pretty awesome, honestly, right? So, and the next thing is daily calls, which is what I was talking about. I was talking about just a little bit earlier. Is they're powerful because in this industry, you have to have personal development. You have to grow yourself, right? You have to always be working on yourself because there's going to be things that come in your business that kind of get you down or kind of just throws you off your game, and you need to train your mind to stay in a positive realm, right? So those daily calls and webinars and lives that they do consistently every day, it's not going to motivate just you. It's going to motivate your team to take consistent action, right? So that's what you're going to get with OSP. Now you're probably with that, what I want to do, because you're probably asking yourself, how do I get started, right? I'm pumped. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to put the work in. I'm coachable, Rakeem. If that's what you're saying, what I want to do is I want to make this process very simple for you, right? So if you got value from this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and drop a comment down below letting me know what you thought of the training, if it was valuable for you, or whatever you want to comment, right? And just drop a comment down below and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. If you want to continue receiving information just like this that is very valuable for you, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to lock arms with me, and get access to everything that you see on this screen right here, then I'm going to make the process very simple for you, right? All you have to do is click the link below in the description box and create your account on the other side, my friend. It's that easy, And I just want to state one other thing is you'll get instant access to our private Facebook group right now. If you decide to get started. Now, right now at this particular time, I think it's about 26 to 27,000 people in our private Facebook group, and we're continuously growing, right? So like I said, if you wanna get started with me and lock arms with me, go ahead and click the link below and create your account on the other side, my friend. And with that, I'll see you on the inside, and I'm signing out, my friend. Peace.